Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kevin's Movie Corner. I am Kev, and this week I have a special guest, Nikki, joining me.
Hello.
And we're talking about Damsel.
Yes. Big spoiler alert for this movie because it just came out.
It just dropped on Netflix.
So Damsel starring Millie Bobby Brown. If you were going to watch that, turn this podcast off and listen to it later.
Yeah. March 8th is when it came out, so it's literally been out like a month.
Yeah.
So again, if you're going to watch this or you want to watch this, turn this off.
Yep.
Come back to it.
Yes. Please still listen.
But
Just not yet.
but watch this first.
So
It stars Millie Bobby Brown, like you just said, as Princess Elodie.
Elodie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she says in the beginning, it's not your typical damsel in distress story.
Yeah, which I thought, truthfully, shouldn't have been there.
Because it's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory in the title. And I thought that kind of gave away some of the, I thought that made it a little more predictable.
There were still some twists that I didn't expect, but yes, the first half of the movie, it was very predictable because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's directed by Juan Carlos, and I'm gonna probably butcher this, Fresnadillo. I'm guessing. Don't have a clue.
Great pronunciation.
Yes. Yeah, just so good. It also stars Ray Winston, Nick Robinson, Angela Bassett, and Robin Wright. I know Angela Bassett. I know Robin Wright.
Nick Robinson has been in a couple things in the past 5-10 years.
Okay.
But nothing more serious like this. It's been sitcoms, things like that. He'll play the son or something like that. So it was weird for me seeing him in other, Nickelodeon, Disney type of things. It was weird to see him in a serious role. But that's just me because I knew him. But
yeah. So this is about, basically it starts off with this raid on a cave to kill a dragon.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
so the king kills the 3 babies of the dragon, the last of her line. And so because of that, she demands for the future going forward, every year that royal family give a blood sacrifice of 3 of their daughters.
Yeah.
And so that is the center of the plot line. And then so Millie Bobby Brown's character, Elodie, marries into the family, doesn't know that the reception, I guess, right after the ceremony is actually them throwing her into this chasm.
The sacrifice.
To be sacrificed. Yeah. And she has to fight her way out.
Yeah. And it's very good. Again, the first, you see her go the night before she's getting married. She goes and she's standing outside and she looks at this girl and then the girl goes away, and then later you see her walk out there again, and there's fire that you can see something going on in the mountain. I'm like, okay, they're gonna sacrifice her. That's it. I knew immediately what this was gonna be.
Yeah.
Which again is kind of like a giveaway. I feel like it was a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I've been up for
I do
22 hours now, so sorry.
Yeah, I do think that the first half was predictable. Now, when we got to the second half where, spoilers, if you haven't already heard us do the spoiler button 5 times, she fights her way out and is on her way out, but then the royal family found out she escaped, and so they took her sister and threw her in. And then so she has to go back in and then fight for both of them.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect that because there was no foreshadowing for that until right before it happened.
Yeah, There wasn't any foreshadowing. And I also didn't really expect her dad to show up with a party to try
That
to
was
get her
random
out.
to me.
That
Because
was
he
kinda
was like,
random.
yeah, I'm just going to sell you off, take this gold back to my
Which
people.
you
And then
could-
all of a sudden he's like, wait, no,
Well,
I made a mistake.
I mean, even when he did sell her, because they talked about it, him selling her,
Yeah.
and he was very short about talking about
Yeah.
it, and he didn't
His
want to talk about
stepmother,
anything.
Actually, it was like everything in this movie was like kind of a reversal of typical fairy tale things. So the stepmother was good, not evil, and was
Yeah.
trying to stop it because she got a bad vibe from
Yeah.
this family. And he was the one that was like, nope, I need to take this gold. We're now part of this royal family, so that helps us back at home because my people are starving, type of thing. So I'm willing to sacrifice my daughter for my people.
Yeah.
And then he has a change of heart, and he goes back and is like, no, I made a mistake. I
Yeah.
need to save my daughter, and the dragon kills him.
Yeah. Of course, because it's a dragon.
So it was just kind of random to me. I don't, but I'm not a director, and I
Yeah. I mean, I liked
watch
it.
very few movies, so
it's very,
I don't know.
It gave me very Game of Thrones vibes.
It's like a Skyrim, Game of Thrones fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was.
Oh, I loved it.
It was great.
Yeah, I was just
really
trying
enjoyed
to
it.
think of critiques on the way through. So my two biggest critiques were there was like 20 minutes where it was just her screaming in the cave because she's running away from the dragon. And there's like 20 minutes of a fight scene where she's running through the cave and it's just her getting burned and going like, ha, ha, like the whole time.
Yeah.
And even Casey was like, this is a long, you
Yeah.
know, span of time. It wasn't just one scene, but it was like anyway, so I was like, okay, this would be the point where I would get on my phone if I wasn't trying to pay attention.
Yeah.
But it got better right after that. And then my only other thing is I hate when they kill animals. I don't care how many people they kill, but they killed the horses. The dragon killed the horses.
They also killed the birds. That's like when they first
know.
sacrificed her, she killed the birds.
It's so sad. Like, screw
Yeah.
the people, but can't.
One of probably the weirdest things that I didn't like about this that I thought was odd
Yeah.
was the dragon being able to talk.
Yes.
That was odd to me.
But I think if the dragon couldn't talk, the plot wouldn't make sense. Because at the end, when Elodie tells her that they've both been fooled and has to explain, you know, this situation.
She says just end it
Yeah.
and basically tells her to kill her.
Yeah. And then Elodie says no because we've both been fooled. So then Elodie and the dragon team up and go ruin the royal family.
Yeah, but I think you could have still done that without maybe. I don't know. The thing
But
is,
it would have
you're
had to
giving
been a
it,
lot longer of a movie, and there's
Yeah.
only so much time you can get the
Yeah.
point across.
and also it's if you don't let the dragon talk, it's gonna be. I mean, the dragon being able to talk gives it a little more. This is gonna sound weird, but it gives it a little more almost level of intelligence in a movie where if the dragon can't talk, it's kind of does it know the difference between
Yeah.
a cut on your hand and that being how you
Yeah.
spoiler again a cut on your hand and that being how you're how you're made
Yeah.
to be royal
You
blood
got
so
the
that
royal blood.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
by basically a blood
And
pact.
It
but
adds a level of creepiness at some points too, or like suspense, I guess,
does,
because you
yeah.
know the dragon's like in the pitch dark cave, and it's like Elodie.
yeah,
Versus most movies where you know the dragon or whatever doesn't talk, it's just like footsteps or
Yeah.
something to build suspense.
which I guess that is true. You do get that extra level of
like
creepiness
suspense, I guess.
with
Yeah.
the dragon talking and like taunting.
Yeah.
Like basically taunting her during this.
Yeah.
Which again, it was
I liked it.
it
I
was a
loved
very
the
good
movie.
I thought
and
it was
I
really
love Millie Bobby Brown. I mean, the reason I wanted to watch this with you is because I've watched her do her press tours and things for this. So I knew I wanted to watch it.
I didn't have a
and it
clue
was
this
good.
was coming out. So didn't know this was a thing. This is I think the first time I've turned on Netflix in like a year. I need to go watch cuz I liked the first season for sure of why can't I think of it? Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Which she was in,
Yeah.
obviously. And I watched the first season. I think I watched the second season, and it was
but you didn't watch the
fine.
last-
And then I kind of stopped. Like
Yeah.
this
I
is,
think there's 4 seasons.
I
right?
think there is
I
4
watched
seasons
them
now.
all. I just don't remember.
and I've heard that they're very good. The newest one, especially, is really good. The problem that I have with a lot of these shows is there's so much downtime in between seasons
And they're long episodes.
that
yeah.
it's just so there's I
You have
I
to
get
wait a
out
long
of it,
time.
and then because I get out of the habit of
That's
watching
how
it.
I feel with Outlander because it's so detailed. It takes so long to film.
Yeah.
Outlander. I feel the same way with it. Now, I will never stop watching it because it's about Scotland and things. So I'm going to watch it either way.
Yeah.
But I get those moments where I'm like, oh, it's been 2 years, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, Game of Thrones was that way a couple of times where it was
Yeah.
like several.
Which
like
that one I
year or
waited.
two.
I waited to binge watch until it was done filming.
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I watched. I think I got into it. I think with a couple seasons left still.
Okay.
And then I like watched them as they came out.
Yeah.
But I get that, and that's almost a good way to do it. But also,
Yeah.
when it takes so long for them to come out now, it's like,
Yeah.
how long
Well,
am
and I
I
think
going to have to wait
the
20
only
years
reason
to
I
watch
did
5
that-
seasons?
Yeah, right. No, I think the only reason I did that is because it came out when I was about to graduate high school, or I was like a sophomore, junior, wasn't a senior yet. So that's when it came out, and so I was busy. And then I went to college, and I was busy, and I just watched like comedies and things. Nothing. In college I didn't watch any like series, or I would just watch like Friends and things like that.
Yeah.
Like in my spare time, but Friends and Ghost Adventures. But I never watched any series. So then now that I have time, then I went back and, watched it all.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was anxiously waiting for them to be done with filming all the
Yeah.
seasons or anything. That would be different.
But again, I really liked this movie. I do recommend it if you didn't already turn us off and watch it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're like me and you did listen to this and you don't get bothered by spoilers.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I
don't either.
Are okay. I know some people are like, oh well, I know what happens now. I can't ever watch this, and I'm like, why?
I'll still watch it.
I can still watch it and still
Especially
enjoy it.
if it's something I was excited about.
Yeah.
Like if a new Star Wars came out and someone spoiled it, I don't care. I would still go watch it because I'm fascinated by it. you
Yeah.
know? But everyone's different. I mean, some people really hate
some
that.
some people don't like that. It is
Sorry.
it is what it is. But okay. I guess I didn't realize this one was affected by the strike, the SAG-AFTRA strike.
Oh, was it?
It was supposed to come out last October,
Oh, wow.
but it was
Delayed a little bit.
It was delayed to 6 months. It seems like to now. So, and also it says there's a novel of it. Released a novelization of the film in advance.
Based on a novel?
I don't think it was. The novel was published in 2023, so I don't think it's like a
So they would have
long time ago. Yeah,
the intention was to release them at the same time.
I think so. Yeah, or
Interesting.
close to the same time. So,
Weird. I don't know. I'm sure I would. It's just an adventure story basically with a female heroine, so I'm sure I would read it, but I didn't know it was a book.
yeah, I think again they made it. I think they made it into a book as it was being made into a movie, so it's not
Interesting.
like they took
I've
an
never
old
heard
book.
of that. Maybe that's more common than I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the more common thing is a movie based on a novel or something like that, or a movie based on true events, things like that.
But
Interesting.
yeah. So I hope you guys.
That's Damsel.
Yeah, Damsel. On Netflix. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go watch the movie if we didn't already ruin it for you, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.